All right, you know how we do over here. We're going with Derek Chisora, method of victory, win by KO or TKO on FanDuel at plus 650. If you want to show your appreciation, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let this video run until the end. My name is Percy, and welcome back to the 4Bs, where we talk about boxing, betting, the B side, and other BS. I just gave you my pick for tomorrow's fight between Derek Chisora and Joyce, and I know at the weigh-in they mentioned that it's 538 pounds of heavyweight fighters in the ring, but I think the other thing you want to add in there is that we're also talking about 78 years worth of age in the ring. Derek Chisora is the older fighter at 40 years old. Joyce is not very young either. I mean, he got his start after an Olympic career that ended with a silver medal in 2016 at about the age of like 30 or 31. So even though he's been pro for only 7 years, he's only got 18 fights. The reason why you have to think about Derek Chisora by knockout or TKO is of those 18 fights that Joyce has fought in, he's lost 2 of them to Zhang Zhilei, and both of them he lost by a knockout. What you want to do is look at the lines, and you'll notice that he is the heavy favorite against Chisora, but it really doesn't pay that much to go with Joyce on this one. So that's why I went with Derek Chisora, who on FanDuel, the line is moved to plus 650 for a TKO or a KO. And if he's going to win this fight, it's going to happen by a stoppage. It's not going to happen on the cards. If it does go to the cards, it's probably going to be a very boring fight, and Joyce is probably going to get the decision in that. When I'm looking at Joyce in his last fight against Cash Ali, which is basically a tune-up fight after 2 losses to Zhang Zhilei, he didn't look good. And he didn't look good at the weigh-in either, where he looked heavy. And he's been weighing heavy that for the Cash Ali fight and for also his rematch with Zhang Zhilei. And in that fight against Cash Ali, he looked really slow. He looked like his feet were slow and his head was barely moving, if at all, where he got caught with looping right hands by Ali. And I think both of those two things about his slow moving feet and his susceptibility getting hit by a looping hand both work into Derek Chisora's favor. We know that the heavyweights, all it takes is one punch to land. I saw a few punches land from Cash Ali that if the same punch were to land from Derek Chisora, the fight would have ended, and it would have ended rather quickly and very badly for Joyce. Another thing is when I've seen him in his interviews, he had a post-weigh-in interview with his mom. Definitely comes off as awkward and doesn't seem to really have a strong game plan for what's going in or a lot of confidence going into it. Even though there are plenty of things about Chisora to not like, at least in my point of view, if we're going by the numbers that we look at, it's going to be Chisora. This is one of those fights where you don't have to do too much looking into and deep dives into the past, because it could end in one punch. If you want to go the safer bet, then will the fight go the distance? You could say no. But I'm going to bet with Chisora getting the win in this one by TKO or KO. So there you have it. Gave you my picks up front. If you enjoy hearing that up front, please let me know. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss anything from me in the future. And also, any other feedback you have, please, I'd be happy to hear from you. I also will be continuing my series on how betting works when it comes to boxing. I know I gave you a winning method bet today, so that will be the next video that comes up. Look for it. I'll be putting in one of the cards at the end of this video. But until then, good luck on your bets this weekend, and I'll see you again next week.